Good morning everyone and welcome again in another lesson about the literary genre. Today we will try to explore another genre which is very popular, right, and widespread among the literary world as well as the artistic world, which is drama. Of course, when we say drama, we all remember the plays of the famous English playwright William Shakespeare. So we need to have an idea, right, about the history and the origin of this art and mainly this word drama and where it came from. So drama in fact is taken from the Greek verb drien, drien, which means to act or to do or even to perform. You see here the association and the direct link between this genre drama and action, and it is the only literary genre among the other genres, which is directly related to action and performance. Good. So, in fact, for the history of drama and its appearance, historians and scholars are divided about its origin. While most historians and scholars trace its origin to ancient Greece, yet some scholars disagree to this point, and they maintain that the first seed of drama appeared in ancient Egypt, which is one of the cradles of civilization in the world. So they said that it first appeared in its early form in ancient Egypt. Then it was borrowed by Western merchants who took it, developed it, and documented it, to have that form we know in the Greek drama The Greek drama, in fact, also in its first appearance, it was a kind, performed or evolved from those religious, rituals, right, and ceremonies which were performed and which were celebrated to ensure the fertility of the land and the well-being of people, right? They were a kind of, you can say, worship, just to testify, right, and to worship their gods, right, their gods. It involved at the time in Greece, singing and dancing of a chorus. Chorus means group of singers together, nearly 50 men, right, who sing and dance together to just honor their gods, in honor of their gods, of course. Also, this drama or Greek drama evolved at the beginning, right, from those wordless actions such as ritual dances and mimes. So at the beginning, it took the form of ritual dances, and mimes without words, without dialogue, right? And mimes which were performed by dancers, masked players, and even priests. Priests were involved in these plays which were wordless and mimetic, of course, especially when the season of harvest was not as expected. So men at the time thought that they had some offenses, or maybe they had offended their gods. They thought that they had offended their gods, so they performed these rituals and these plays, with their mimes and only gestures, right, to avoid the wrath of their gods and to seek their consent. This is generally and briefly the history of drama, which appeared, as most historians say in Greek in its mature form, okay, and then it evolved to reach its form of today. Now, if you want to define drama, first, drama is known for a brief definition, which is the staged art. It's called the staged art. Like poetry, we said it is called the crown of literature. Now, drama is called the staged art because it is directly related to the stage, right? To the stage where, okay, the plays are performed. So, generally, we can say that also drama is literature which is intended for performance. Right? Literature or text which is intended and made for performance. Now, this text of literature can be either, by the way, prose or verse. Right? It can be either prose or verse in the form of prose, sentences, and paragraphs, or in the form of poetry, like the epics in the past. They were used, okay, as texts, okay, to be acted, right, and performed on a stage. Right. So as you see here, drama has a very specific and unique feature, which is its direct link and association with action and performance, unlike the other genres, okay, that don't require any kind of performance. So, drama, we said, is the literature which is intended for performance, whether it is prose or verse, okay, on a stage, and in front of an audience. It usually, okay, requires, okay, an audience to be the viewers, okay, of what is performed on the stage. Now here, its association with action is very pertinent and very interesting because, if you can say, it relates art to life, art to reality, and that's why Aristotle, when he first defined it, okay, he said that drama is an imitation of an action. He said that drama is an imitation of an action. He means here by action, life. Right, we have here a story, okay, which is performed in front of an audience with players, okay, or actors, and so on. So, drama, as you say here, or you can say, is involved with a story, okay, which is acted out by characters, okay, story which is acted out by characters, right, and it is acted out in front of an audience. The audience here is very important, right, element in drama, okay, in drama. Good. It is based mainly on three main principles or elements, which are action, as we said. Second, dialogue. And third also is the conflict. In drama we have conflict. Right, that kind of conflict which steers the action of the play, within the plot, okay, of this or that play. Good. Now, just as a remark about the epic. The epic, as you see here, is, if you can say, a point of convergence between all the three genres. In its form, it is poetry, right, and structure, it is poetry. In its content, it has, okay, that plot, right, which makes it, okay, like prose. It has a plot structure like prose. From this side, it's like a prose. And in terms of being acted out on a stage, also, it is related to drama. So the epic is very important literary type, which plays the role of a point of convergence among all the other genres. Good. Now, the person who writes plays, of course, is called a playwright. It's called a playwright. Shakespeare is a playwright. Also, Ben Jonson is a playwright, and so on, and so forth. Clear, and so on, and so forth. So we write here only brief summary about definition. We said drama is taken from the Greek word or verb draein, which means to act or to do, right? Also, we said that it is literature intended for performance, clear, on a stage and in front of an audience. Okay. The person who writes plays is called playwright. Clear. It requires it is based on three main elements, which are action, dialogue, and conflict. Good. Now there are many, just before we move on to the second part of the lesson, which is types of plays or types of drama or drama subgenres. Here we would like just to remember together, okay, Shakespeare's famous saying, right, when he said that all the world is a stage and all men and women, okay, are merely players. All the world is a stage and all the men and women merely players. Okay, this is one of the famous quotes, okay, from Shakespeare about this staged art, which is drama. Good. Now, drama, of course, like all the other genres, has its own types and subgenres. So, it can be a comedy, a tragedy, a tragicomedy, or also there are many other secondary types or subgenres of drama. Now let's start with the first one, which is the tragedy. Tragedy in drama, it means it's a play. Tragedy is a play which has a sad ending. Right, and happy ending, and it involves the element of fate, destiny and fate, and also the hero's flaw, it means a defect or point of weakness in his character, which leads to his collapse, okay, and ruin. So in tragedies we have that hero who at the end, okay, due to his flaw of his character, okay, collapses, right, with regard to those elements which are mixed with fate, destiny, and his flaws and so on. Clear. We can here, for example, mention some examples about tragedies like Macbeth, and also Othello, both of them by William Shakespeare. On the other hand, we have, okay, the counterpart of tragedy, which is comedy. It's also a play which has a happy ending, right? And okay, it is has that sense of humor, okay, and fun. Sense of humor and fun. For example, we have the example of All's Well That Ends Well by Shakespeare, always. All's Well That Ends Well. And also the famous play of him, which is As You Like It. A third subgenre of drama also is a mixture of both tragedy and comedy. That's why it's called tragicomedy. It is a combination of the elements of both tragedy and comedy. For example, here we have example of The Merchant of Venice, The Merchant of Venice by William Shakespeare. All right, it's a tragic comedy. All right, and so on. Also, we have another, you can say, secondary subgenre, which is called farce. Farce. Okay, farce is a comic and humorous play, all right, which offers or introduces a kind of social satire, okay, or comments on social matters. But these comments are in the form of an absurdist comments. They are absurd comments. They are a kind of ridicule, right, about social matters. It is a kind of comic play on social matters, okay, but in an absurd way. In an absurd way. Here we mention the example of the comedy of Errors by Shakespeare, also a famous play. The comedy of Errors. It's a famous play. So these are the four main subgenre of drama: tragedy, comedy, tragicomedy, and farce. And farce. We have tragedy, comedy, tragicomedy, and farce. And there are also many other types and subgenres. Of course, we always remember certain names when we talk about drama, like Shakespeare. But in fact, there are many other famous and prominent playwrights, right, which are as important and as popular and famous like Shakespeare. For example, we can remember the British and the English also playwrights. Playwrights. We have Christopher Marlowe, who wrote the play of Dr. Faustus. Right. Also, we have Ben Jonson. Ben Jonson wrote the play of Walpole. Clear? Walpole. Also, there are many interesting modern, and modernist Irish playwrights today. For example, we have Jean Bernard Shaw. Jean Bernard Shaw. Also, we have Samuel Beckett with his famous masterpiece Waiting for Godot. That absurd, play. Samuel Beckett wrote this fascinating piece of theater, which is entitled Waiting for Godot. Two characters without any plot, waiting for something to come. They are, because they are conversing about something which is absurd, right, and mysterious, like this, right. Also, the French literature is rich and has a glorious, if you can say, standpoint in drama. We can mention those famous playwrights of the French literature. We have Molière, we have Pierre Corneille, we have Jane Racine, and so on. So these also are very famous players that belong to the French drama. Drama is a very interesting art, not our literary genres, which today also is based on many new and modern effects, which contribute to its modernity and to its artistic impression, and contributions to the world of arts. That's why it must have its own share of importance and attention, like all the other genres. So this is the end of our first lecture about drama, general introduction about its history and origin and definition and types. We thank you so much for your attention, and we wish you the best luck till we meet you in our next lecture about the elements of drama in details. So see you then. Thank you.